they'll also ask you for contact for family members. And some family members are asked and they will say, we are not aware. We don't know who to complain to. But your policy is really clear to say on assessment and commencing of a new contract, we give our new clients a complaints policy. The policy is saying so, but you are not implementing the policy. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So quality assurance is not just about having good policies. It's about having the good policies and then putting them into practice, like this particular company, which is based in Leicester. I just went onto the CQC website when I was preparing. I just took the latest. There are many. So these are one of the 3%. And there is a club called the Outstanding Society, and it's only for people with outstanding. If you are not outstanding, you can't join. Okay. So it gave me an idea that I think we also need to do an inadequate society. If you are not inadequate, you don't join. Yes. We have got also a very big difference between CQC and Ofsted. As you can see, these are figures up to 2024. They might be slightly different now. You can see in children and Ofsted regulated, outstanding is 11%, slightly higher than CQC. And you can see the ratings are a bit different as well. There is outstanding good, requires improvement to be good, and inadequate. So we can't really use the same judgment. We use the focus for Ofsted regulated provision and CQC. The focus is different. But still, you can see the diamond is 11%. For you to get into the outstanding as a children home or supported accommodation provider or schools, you only be the 11%. It's not an easy feat. It's not an easy thing. Here we are showing statistics, but being good is an expectation. That's why it's average. So if you are good, really, you can't be proud. You are doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's what you were commissioned to do. So I see a lot of people say, yes, we are good in all areas. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Do you understand? So we want quality assurance processes which elevate you from good to outstanding. The advantage of outstanding is that sometimes business comes to you, you don't look for it. Because commissioners also do not want headache. So all you need to do, I've seen, don't set your bar too low so that you achieve it. For me, I personally was a registered manager for 14 years in my company called Ashcroft Care Service. On my 13th year, that's when I got an outstanding. It took me 13 years to get an outstanding. But once that outstanding came, I think after every year, they were using the model which I was using. If you go right now, you go on CQC and you look for Ashcroft, it has got about 16 outstanding homes. But I was the first on record. I'm talking of 2013 or so. It's a long time. The criteria might have been different then, but the CQC has not changed. I have also worked with Active Care Group, where I was a registered manager and then a responsible individual. Unfortunately, I didn't serve long enough to push to outstanding. I managed it when I joined to move them from requires improvement to be good to be good. By the time I left, they were good. And I checked yesterday, they are still rated good. So excellent, outstanding is not easy to achieve. But we need to be setting our quality assurance, our processes, to aim for outstanding. Are we together? So, right. Policies are the backbone. They are the DNA of your business. Whatever you do, people focus on looking for customers, clients, whatever you call them. but without the DNA, because they drive your business. So the first thing, if your DNA is okay, you can see, for those who did biology, the CGF, those codes we used to do, your policies encode the values of your organization. That's number one. These policies then translate into your daily practice. You remember I said you have the processes, you have the policy. You ask, last week I was at a provision where I'm asking, if a manager has got problems, if you have got issues against your manager, who do you report to? This is a children's home. You know what the person said? I don't know. In front of the inspector, I don't know. You open the policy, I asked the name, what's your name? I went through the policy folder. That particular member of staff has actually signed the policy. So having good DNA into daily practice. So as managers, you need to be looking after your own people, making sure they put into practice what is written. You need to be testing them. Don't wait for the day for inspection for you to find out that your staff don't know. Do you understand? You ask them out of hours, who do you phone? I'm not sure, maybe the coordinator. But let it become payday. Miss paying them by a pound, they know who to phone. Do you understand what I'm saying? So let's focus on building this DNA, which then it becomes a daily active document. Policies change every day. We provide policies, and I'm not marketing our policies. We provide policies, but the disclaimer number one on our policy portal is these need to be customized. You can never buy wherever you get your policies. You never have policies which are 100% from the day you open them. You have to customize them. You have, so it is your health and safety representative changes, your team leaders changes, your safeguarding lead changes. But the day you registered for the policies, maybe you were the registered manager. 5 years down the line, there's a new manager, and your name is still there. Do you understand? So it needs to be an activity of daily living. Your policies should now be providing an audit trail so that you are able to evidence. Okay, when CQC and Ofsted come, I don't know how many of you have been involved. There's no way they will come for an inspection and do not ask for these documents. Some of the documents are outdated. Some of the documents don't have even names. You would see they are just downloaded from the internet. And we'll quickly, in the interest of time, I will just, instead of going point by point, policies need to be co-produced by your service users and families. You don't create these policies for your staff only. It's for everyone. There's need to see the voice of the people you work with, especially if you are working with Ofsted. Ofsted's focus is very different from CQC. They need to see that voice, and that voice just doesn't emanate or come only as part of the key worker sessions. It has to be talking throughout your policies. So what you need to do is, quality assurance is a process. It's not an event. Some companies, big as they are, they don't even have a quality assurance department. They have, but they don't know that they have. They have a quality, because quality starts from the day you recruit, the day you advertise. We have got people, policies, what do we call them? The sponsorship license is being revoked. Do you know why they are being revoked? Sponsorship duties, they are written clearly, but our people don't what? Don't read. The sponsorship duties says that you as level 1 sponsor, manager, you need to at least once every 10 days log into the portal to check the home office portal. But how many people do that? When home office comes, then the other thing comes again, which we want to remove here. Home office is targeting every organization. unfortunately, most of those who are non-compliant are those businesses which are minority owned. They now use intelligence. The AI has come. They will then have this decision, and you end up saying we are being targeted as minority. Get targeted as a minority, and they come to you and find nothing. Do you understand? So let's not use the skin, the race color here to say Home Office is not targeting you. CQC is not targeting you. Local authorities are not targeting you. Put your policies, your procedure, your quality assurance processes in order. Are we together? Yes. We have got the 5 key questions. Because I'll be sharing this slide, I wouldn't go into details. All the details are here. Safe, effective, and I've given the examples of what an outstanding organization looks like when it is and well led. I will just look at when you go onto CQC website and Ofsted website, read the most underperforming category of any of the criteria. Leadership, well led. It is amazing how you all are leaders. You create the businesses, but you end up not even following the procedures which you have put in place. With CQC, when they come and there is no manager in place, automatically, no matter how outstanding you are inadequate in that category. Same with Ofsted. No matter how good your processes are, if you do not have a manager in place, they will go through all the evidence. Automatically, you are rated inadequate because of absence of a manager. So you as leaders here, you need to have those policies to make sure at any given time you have a manager and you have also a business continuity plan. In the absence of a manager, what happens? Who is going to be taking over? We have got a lot of family businesses where the husband is the director or the NI and the wife is denominated, and they are asking you, if a safeguarding issue happens, your wife does a serious safeguarding issue, and you are the RI or the NI, what are you going to do? Conflict of interest. You need to have a conflict of interest policy. Clear. The absence of that policy, what does it do? It degrades your rating. So we are coming again to leadership. That's why most of these organizations begin to, I can't see. This is what I'm seeing. 2 minutes. Yes. All right. I will be finishing now. All I am passionate about is for providers to be able to put policies in place, whether Ofsted or CQC regulated. You need to make sure you understand your policies. And if ever there's anything which I want to show you, these are real examples which I've just taken from the CQC website of what has led them to become outstanding, right? Certain organizations, they've got what are called the policy champions. They're members of staff who are they are not managers, they are not care coordinators, they are nothing, they are just policy leaders. That's something different. When someone comes, that policy leader is the one who is like championing the staff to keep up. Okay, there is also, like here in Midlands, the micro-learning within the learning. So we need to be knowing what to put in place in order to be outstanding, right? Co-production of things and evidencing that you have consulted the people, then you become outstanding. Okay, the last part here is these organizations, they are not superhuman. They just treat policies as tools of excellence and not paperwork. Most of you, when we go there, you give us access to your portal. Those portals, even some of the care plans, even, they are not even completed because we are over-delegating, but it's part of the policies. So I've got the 7 steps which I would want you to, I call them myself KQA. These are the things you need to do with your policies. Co-produce them, align them, review them, embed them, quality assure them, and act on findings when you review. These steps, irrespective of which industry you are, you need to make sure you are on top of them. Are we together? Right. Innovate. And last but not least, go through each step which I have said here. When you go back, when you get these slides, just go through these steps in your own organization at your own time. Then the common pitfalls, which is number one issue. Policies are copied from the internet and not personalized. Audits done, but no action. Governance meeting discussed. They discuss about finance. They never discuss about quality. And this is the number one issue we always find in when we go to do mock inspection for Ofsted or CQC. They say, we have always done it that way. Change of culture, be open to new things, be open to new ideas. Come to these events, it opens your mind. You are not wasting your time by coming here. So if any of these sounds familiar, you are keeping yourself to good. You are never going to be outstanding. If you remain, you are just surviving, really. You are not actually doing much. I have got an example here, which you might not see, of components of an outstanding policy, how a policy should be structured. Because sometimes don't subcontract your knowledge to us who provide you with, it's your responsibility. At the end of the day, when you are judged, CQC, Ofsted, whoever, they will never come to care quality support and say your policies were not working. It's yours. So you've got a duty to know them. You've got a duty to make sure you are in touch. So I've put examples of each type of policy and what should be inside that policy to be outstanding. So you will see all these details here. The next step is, if you are a provider, pull your last 3 audits, which you've done. Go and see what things are appearing. Pick one policy of the month, discuss it with your staff, improve it, improve it, and improve it. Okay? And at the end of the day, for those who are here, pull one of your policies. I'm happy I'm here today and tomorrow. Pull one of your policies. We sit down, we review it, we see it. This is the free of charge. Yes, I wanted to make sure. Free of charge. We are not going to pay anything. Then we give you guidance. Okay, and the last thing is we also provide policies which are 24/7 online if you need them, customizable and AI generated. I think some of the members who are within our policies portal, we have just to let you know, it's now encompassing AI. If you don't need to go to ChatGPT and the like, our policies now have AI built in it, and it's only specific to healthcare. So you don't ask about directions to London. It will tell you, it will direct you to where to get the proper answers. So we've got systems which we are doing. We have now our own policy system now encompasses auditing online, human resources, or your home office recruitment policy. It comes as part of the package. So sometimes we have seen that people have got too many. I was in a provider, they've got care planner, they've got round sys, they've got pass, about 6 systems, one organization, because they've gone to certain person, they were told it's good at rota, they put that one. This one is good at auditing, it's put that. This one is good. So we've got too many systems. When we then become outstanding, we will not be outstanding because we are unable to evidence it. So please, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, whatever systems you are going to be choosing, put quality assurance and your policy and understanding these policies. There is no need to have, I hear some people saying outstanding is not a choice. It is a choice. You choose to be outstanding or you choose to be average. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I hope we have encouraged someone. If you don't have a quality assurance department in your company, which is really dedicated, you need to create it. It's not a new post. The people are already doing quality assurance, but maybe you don't know it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mushandu. I'm sorry I had to rush you,
Thank
but
you.
for the sake of time, I needed to make sure that I'm doing my job. Yes, I will be fired. So over the last 14 sessions, a lot of the times we have always focused on what we can do as providers and never had the opportunity to actually look at what our employees go through in their journeys. So for this very special 14th session, I have a lady called Nama. She's one of those that came through the certificate of sponsorship, the COS, and I can honestly say she didn't pay for hers. Okay, so I would like to invite her up here for her to tell you a bit about her journey, because I think sometimes we forget that as employers, we have all these things and all these boxes to tick. So I would like to invite Nama to come up here and tell us a bit about her story, about how she's navigated the space to where she is today.
Just gone. Yeah. My Lord Mayor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me. Mine is a short story of resilience, of hanging in there, and of pursuing excellence at every turn you get, at every time you're in a client's home, you're giving your best. So I came in the UK in July 2022. And the first thing that I did was to tell myself that I'm here and I have to be an expert in the delivery of care. And immediately I enrolled into the NVQ 7. The reason was not to seek promotion, but to make sure that when you appear in a client's house, you're the best that can be there. So I'm here to encourage providers that are here and fellow carers that when you appear, make sure you're giving the best of what you can offer. And also work within your strength. As a bit of background, I was a practicing lawyer back home. So I know most came from different backgrounds and they had to, I know some of it saw as a downgrade, or some are actually still embarrassed to be called carers. I can tell you that. But believe you me, you should never be embarrassed of offering care to people who need it most. And what I'll tell you is with your skill profile, I know some were accountants, some were your different professions that you held when you were back home, they have a room in the care industry. And I'll give you my story. Fast forward to today, I'm now a practicing solicitor in the UK because I stuck to it and I'm now giving back into the care industry. So I've combined what I have known and what I have learned, and I'm giving back to the care industry. So take whatever you've got, and employers, look around your employees, do diligent audits of the skills that you've got. You could be sitting on gold mines. Some people are good administrators, some people are good human resources executive. Take time, sit with them and find out how much they can improve your organization. Don't have this bureaucracy of saying, I'm the manager, I decide policy, I decide everything. So if you go back, go and audit your workforce. Audit it with open eyes, and you will flourish together. So now there is, and to show you how every skill can then work back into the care industry. I now received a sponsorship from the British Business Bank for a loan to actually create a bridge between the law and the care industry. So they actually believe that your skill and your experience in the law and in the health and social care can actually help the British people. So that's why I'm saying go back and audit your workforce and develop everyone who can be developed, and you grow together. Thank you.
Thank you, Nama, for that very important story. I think it just goes to show that some of these people, they have left whatever to come into the UK as a way of just changing their lives. But at the end of the day, if we actually take the time out to get to know these people, they always have a way of adding more to what they already know. And if we nurture that, there's a way that it will always, as they say, it will always bank. Because, for example, now she's working back in the industry with the skills that she already has. So I can only imagine how many HR people we have working for us as carers, how many compliance people we have working as carers, how many accountants we have working for us as carers. So I think it's a very good example of what it takes to be able to be resilient, not just as an employee, but as an employer as well. So I think that is very important. Now, in this sake of time, I only am told we only have the Lord Mayor until 1:30. So I would like to call our immigration specialist for the day, Ms. Shupi, provided you can do your presentation in 20 minutes, please. I know it's a hot topic for everyone, but please only allow her 20 minutes. And I promise you, I will provide time for a question and answer later, because immigration is always one of the hot topics. So if Ms. Shupi, you can grace me with your presence, please. She wants some music, DJ.
It's now 5 minutes to 1.
Okay.
So let's break for lunch. Then we have pictures with the mayor. She will come in the afternoon. To you and to her, because we are now thinking about lunch. And at the same time, we've got the Lord Mayor here with us. So if we can take this golden opportunity to have photos with the mayor, and then have a one-to-one talking to the mayor, and then we go for lunch. The lunch will be served in the restaurant on
The ground floor, upper ground.
on the ground floor, but I'll have the ushers to give you directions. Then we have our lunch, and then we are all back here at 2:30 as we go.